It's Friday, January 3rd, 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. We have a lot to talk about. I got a few articles here I printed out. Please make sure to comment on any of this stuff. I want to get your thoughts, your opinions. The first one coming from CNN. Americans have already been ditching spirits and beer. Alcohol companies are future-proofing themselves. And make sure you check out these articles for yourself. It says here, Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy has published an advisory on alcohol and cancer risk, linking alcohol to 7 different cancers. I will just say this. As we are now just beginning the new year 2025, a lot of people have begun these New Year's resolutions. Many will fail within the first week or two. But if I can give anybody any advice at all, stay away from these type of addictions like alcohol. Alcohol, drugs, porn addiction, none of this stuff is going to do anything positive in your life. These things destroy lives, they destroy families, they will destroy your spirit. Did a show with Enrique today with Coach Lionel. Make sure to check it out. Very, very good show. Get a little bit more in depth with this. Enrique Reacts. Check out his channel, Enrique Reacts. Very, very good show today. So check it out. And we talk about some of these addictions, the multiple addictions. So some very, very good points. But none of this stuff is going to give you a better life. You're going to get cancers. The addictions destroy families, destroys your soul. It's just not good. So as we start out the new year, if something has you, if you're addicted to something, something's controlling your life. Coach Lionel today on the show just said quit. He quit drinking. He's been 9 weeks sober. Very, very proud of him. Check it out. Again, Enrique Reacts. He talks about it. But he just quit. Just stopped. Said, I've had enough. Done. Just use your willpower. Use your mind. Done. Just walk away from this stuff. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. If something's controlling your life, walk away from it today. You're done. You're much stronger than you think. Another article here today from the Hedge. In the twilight of a twilight presidency. And you've got to ask yourself this question right now. Are you safer today than you were 4 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago? Are you safer today than you were before? There is no end of opportunity now for these extremists, maniacs, whatever you want to call these people that have committed multiple attacks the beginning of 2025. We have so many soft targets across the United States. And when you think about it, in the article here it gives a list. Think about railroad tracks, highways, airports, churches, theaters, sporting venues, cruise ships, office buildings. It goes on and on and on. These are all extremely soft targets. And we are very, very vulnerable. And we are not safer than we were before. In fact, this is probably, in my opinion, probably the most dangerous time to be in America. More is coming, ladies and gentlemen. You know it. I know it. This is not to scare you, but it should scare you and it should concern you, because when you leave the house, you need to have a plan. You need to be prepared. Help is not on the way. It will be too late. You are on your own. And the more independent, the less dependent we are on the system, I think the better off we are as a nation. And it's good that we have police and paramedics and fire and all that. It's so important. But they're only going to get there after it's too late. None of them are going to prevent what's coming. So you have got to be ready for anything, and you've got to be exercising situational awareness. You've got to be getting in better mental, physical, and spiritual shape. You've got to be, having utility. You've got to know how to protect yourself, your family, protect somebody else. We're heading into times we have never seen before in America, where we never thought we would have to deal with these type of situations and events, but we're going to have to. My opinion. I hope I'm very, very wrong. Egan von Grier's reading this article on von Gier's gold. Gold in 2025, tragically predictable. He says, I see no other realistic option or scenario ahead other than a weaker dollar and rising gold. In fact, I ordered more gold today, SD Bullion. If you need a great place to buy from, competitive prices, a legit, safe place that you can trust, go to my link down below, SD Bullion. Fantastic service. Had a great conversation with them on the phone today. I ordered more gold. I believe we're going to see a weaker dollar. Yes, of course, the dollar is strong compared to all the other weaker currencies, compared to all the sick puppies in the litter. But the dollar, when you look at past the past 113 years, the dollar has lost 98% of its purchasing power. The dollar is not strong. It is not going to get stronger. It may get stronger against other sick currencies, but the dollar is going to continue to fade. It is going to continue to get weaker, and this is why it's so important to be owning some gold. This is not financial advice, just sharing with you what I did today. Again, if you need a good, safe place to buy from, SD Bullion, link down below. The bond market, ladies and gentlemen, is signaling something. Since they cut interest rates, we've seen the 10-year bond yield go up literally, 100 basis points? Today, sitting a little bit under 4.6. I think we're about 4.56, somewhere in there, 4.56. I'm not really sure where it was at today, but it is much higher than it was a month ago, that's for sure. The U.S. isn't entering a recession because it's already in a recession, Egan von Greur says. The world is dumping U.S. government bonds. China, Japan are leading the way. What do they know that the average person doesn't, who's continuing, to buy into this overvalued stock market, continuing to believe what they're being told, that the economy is just fine? Just accept the fact that the rest of the world no longer loves weaponized IOUs from an indebted issuer of bonds with a finite duration, yet infinite supply. Great points. Now he says, looking forward, which brings us to 2025. And if you get a chance, pull this up. Once again, we need no crystal balls. We don't need direct lines to Wall Street insiders or romantic dinners with Jerome Powell to see the direction of market forces, economic realities, or gold's now secular direction. We only need to understand the debt market because the bond market is the thing. Keep an eye on it, ladies and gentlemen. Keep an eye on the bond market. It is beginning to tell us something. It is beginning to flash red. And I do believe, as many, we're probably going to see the 10-year break 5%. And when that happens, good luck. Good luck. I hope you're preparing. Here's another one today. Soaring gold prices are a bad omen for the dollar. If you look at the beginning of 2024, an ounce of gold was $2,046. Today, we're at $2,640. And JP Morgan, Sachs, Goldman, Citibank have gold hitting $3,000 in 2025. Again, this is another reason why I ordered more gold today. What do they know that the average American doesn't? And look, there's a lot of things you can buy. There's a lot of cryptos out there. And if you have some money to gamble, maybe it's not a bad idea. But if you don't have money to gamble and you need to protect your wealth, I would say you better own some gold. You better be doing what the central banks across the globe are doing because they know something. And let's not forget what's happening with BRICS. There is so much happening, ladies and gentlemen. Be preparing. Get ready. Cattle futures hit new record highs. Polar blast set to hit nation's beef supply. What do you think about this polar blast? It is unbelievable. We have all these droughts, then we have all these storms. Now we're going to have a polar blast. Get ready, because at the end of the day, no matter what you think, prices of beef are going up. And so I don't see how the Fed is going to get to their target of 2% anytime soon. Do you? I just don't see it, because just going to the grocery store on a weekly basis, I don't see any relief. When you pay for a service, I don't see any relief. I don't see prices going down literally anywhere. Yes, I could go to Best Buy tonight and get, a 65-inch TV for $400. Great. But the stuff that we need every day, the essential items that we need, I don't see prices coming down. Gas has come down a bit, but it is still much higher than it was 4 years ago. But health insurance, auto insurance, home insurance, all this stuff continues to get more expensive along with food prices. Get your car repaired, see what that costs. Go get an oil change, see what that costs. Dock Workers Union employers to resume talks as strike threat looms. The 45,000 dock workers who were about to go on strike in the fall may be ready to carry out another strike this winter, this month actually. So remember, they went on a short strike on, it was the East Coast and Gulf ports. That got resolved temporarily. Now we have a new administration coming in. Another problem, another situation that the returning president is going to have to deal with. He's going to be a very, very busy man, no doubt about it. Here's another one. Uncle Joe, we'll just say Uncle Joe moves to permanently ban offshore oil and gas drilling in the final bid to block Trump's energy agenda. This guy not only has a war on energy, he seems to have a war against America and the people of America. As you know, I do not get political, but there is a right, there is a wrong, there is a morality. And this to me is very, very wrong. And this is costing the American people a lot of money, and they don't have a lot of money. Just completely, completely wrong. Again, please comment down below on any of this stuff. Ford recalls nearly 400,000 trucks, SUVs, and cars. New York Post. Fuel pump issue. Something with the fuel causing a fuel pump issue. This goes for the 2020 to 2022 F Super Duty, F250, F350, F450, F600, F550, F650, F750. Some of the cars, some of the SUVs, it goes on and on and on. Again, and I think I just read an article today that Ford just said 2024 was like one of their best years or something. If that's true, how can that possibly be true with the billions of dollars they lost with EVs and these massive recalls? And most of these are, I believe, commercial trucks. But how in the world could you have a good year when you lost so much money with your EVs and the massive amount of recalls? Unbelievable. And what is happening with the quality in America, the quality of a vehicle? You spend $80, $90, $120,000 on a truck, a Super Duty, an F350, an F450, and these things are being recalled literally, it seems, weekly. And it seems like every major automaker has had a major recall this year. It seems like every week there is another recall. And we're spending more for these cars. Average new car is nearly $50,000. And this is what you get for $50,000, $80,000, $100,000 a recall. These things are just falling apart. Why is this? What is happening to the quality of things made in America? We don't make much in America, but you think that things that we do make in America, that we would have higher quality. I don't get it. I really don't. I will finish with this last article. There was a terrible attack in New York. Yet again, another one. Yet they're telling us that crime is going down. And I read these articles every day, and it's absolutely horrific, these types of crimes that we're seeing in America. A stranger approached a woman around 2:15 a.m. last night at Herkimer Street and Saratoga Avenue in Ocean Hill. Punched her in the face multiple times, pushed her to the ground, choked her, did some other really, really bad things. She's in critical condition this evening. It's unbelievable what is going on. Yet they're telling us daily that the economy is booming and crime is going down. I mean, it is unbelievable. Anybody that believes this stuff, you need psychiatric help immediately. I've never seen crime to this level, and the type of crime. It's really, really demonic. I'm just absolutely speechless. Who would hurt a 22-year-old young woman? I hope they catch this guy. If they do, who knows? They'll probably just let him out. But a word of advice, if you're a woman, really anybody, you should not be walking around at 2:15 a.m. Now, that does not mean that you deserve something. I'm not justifying what this person did. But a woman should not be walking around at 2:15 a.m. In fact, anybody, really, man or woman, should not be out at 2:15 a.m., especially on New York streets. That is for sure. But again, it's a stark reminder, you are not safe anywhere. Make sure you're adding skills. Make sure that you're taking the prevented type of things you need to do if you're carrying certain tools, up your training. I'm going to talk a little bit more this weekend on some things. I received a few things today in the mail for your everyday carry. But again, if you do carry, make sure you're proficient, make sure you're carrying. Make sure that you have some type of training, especially young women. They should be really learning and adding skills of defending themselves. If you're a parent and you have kids, your kids should be learning skills on how to defend themselves right now, whether it's boxing or jujitsu, wrestling. You got to have some type of skill set to give you some type of fighting chance if you're ever in this situation. Whether you're a young girl, boy, man, woman, parent, you all need to have some type of training so that you have some chance of surviving and getting through something like this. Because at the end of the day, you're going to resort back to your training. And if you have no training, you're going to resort back to that. Absolutely nothing. You will be a victim. And this young lady, hopefully she wasn't walking around looking at her phone at 2:15 a.m. in the morning, walking around New York City. And again, it doesn't matter. This should never happen to anybody. But this is the real world. You got some bad people out there looking for victims, looking for people like this, looking for people walking around late at night on their phones. Not saying that she was on her phone, but they are looking around for people not paying attention, people who don't have situational awareness, people who look weak. Ladies and gentlemen, you better get strong. You better learn some skills right now. You better get in shape. You better get strong. You better know how to take care of yourselves. And you should be making sure that you're giving these skills to your kids so that they have a chance as they grow up, they go to school, high school, college, and become citizens in the real world, that they have skills to protect themselves in case some kind of scumbag like this ever approaches them while they're walking down the street. I'm going to leave it there today. Don't want to rant. Please make sure to like this video, share this video, and be safe this weekend, and be praying for this country, be praying for the administration coming in. We got big trouble, ladies and gentlemen. I hate to say that, but that's just the reality. And anybody telling you this is going to be a cakewalk, everything's going to be fine in 2025, they are flat out lying to your face. Get ready. Chaos is coming. You know it. There's just too much happening. There's just too many bad players now in this country, and we have too many enemies, and we are a broke nation. Mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. We are broke, bankrupt, and we're in big trouble. So you better take responsibility for you and your family and be prepared for anything. God bless. Have a good, safe weekend. Talk to all of you very, very soon.